going on, gamers? What's going on, chefs? Let's get into What's going on, chefs? Welcome to my new cooking show. Today I'm going to show you a little something I like to cook up every now and then. It's called pasta. Really good, comes from the land of Italy, and today I'm going to show you how to make it. Very simple. Let's get to the ingredients. Now you're going to need approximately 1 pound of pasta. Luckily they sell this at most stores or places where you can buy food. Now every good pasta needs its sauce. I have a jar of sauce here. Now as you can see, it's a spicy red pepper sauce. Your sauce does not need to be spicy. I'm a bit adventurous. I like to try new things, so I thought, hey, why don't I try the spicy sauce? That sounds good. But you do not need to get the spicy sauce if your feeble little taste buds cannot handle the spice that is incorporated into the sauce. Up next are two key ingredients, sea salt and ground black pepper. Now, also very convenient, you do not need to go to the sea for this. This is also sold at most stores, as well as the pepper. You do not need to go into the ground to get this pepper. It's also sold at most stores. Major ingredient here, good flavor boost. If you're not as good of a cook as I am, is garlic powder. It's gonna add a real good earthy, garlicky taste to this pasta. A very important ingredient is any sort of stove or heating element, because we are going to need to heat this concoction. Major ingredient here, a pot or some sort of metallic receptacle to hold the next ingredient. Water. Water is going to give the pasta a good flavor. It's going to add a lot of earthy elements to the pasta. Now last but not least, you're gonna need a fork to eat it with, of course. How about you can eat it with your hands, silly? This is completely optional, but crushed red pepper to sprinkle over it when the whole shebang is done. Again, you don't need the crushed red pepper, but this goes back to the whole spicy thing. I am devoid of most feelings in my life, so I need extra pain to get me to feel stuff. Now, you're probably, you probably don't need this, so you know what? Don't even worry about it. You don't need the crushed red pepper. These are all the ingredients you need. Now, first step, you're gonna take your pot of, you're gonna take your pot and you're gonna fill it with water. Now you're gonna fill it, it helps if the water is hot. You're gonna fill it to approximately here on the pot. Now your pot may be a different size, but approximately here is a good place to start. Perfect. Perfect. Very important step here. You take your pot, put it on your heating element. It's gonna get the water nice and hot. Now once you've got everything all set up here, a very important step, you take your salt and you're gonna wanna take your salt and you're gonna salt your water. Make sure your water is very salty, almost like the sea, like a nice sea brine is what we're gonna cook this in. Now, if I'm gonna be Here we go. Woo! All right, now it's an important step to drop your camera right in between the crack between the wall and the oven. Now, if you're a big, strong man like me, you can move the oven by yourself. But if you're not, you might need to get some help. Now, where was I? Now, remember, keep salting that water. If you think there's too much salt, keep adding more salt. Now, just between you and me, I'm not sure why we add salt, but all the good chefs say to add salt, so they can't be wrong. You getting this camera guy? I'm just kidding. There's no camera guy. And now the fun part, cover up the water, and we wait until the water is coming to a nice boil. Now, a good step while your water is boiling, you want to check your pasta to make sure it's not already cooked, because sometimes with these companies, there we go. As I was saying, sometimes with these companies, they're not always 100%. Sometimes they make mistakes. Sometimes they don't care about us consumers. Sometimes the corporations only care about the money and they don't care about the products they're forcing on us consumers. But anyways, you want to take your pasta, just make sure it's not cooked. Yeah, I don't think that one was cooked, but you know, it's always important to try it again. Yeah, no, this box has definitely not been cooked yet. So, we're good to go. All right, now that water's boiling, let's go ahead and add our pasta. And we're just gonna let that come to a boil. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little silly today. Look, Kobe! Woo! Double points. You know, it's important to have fun while you're cooking, because if not, then what are you even doing besides making food to sustain your life to make sure you don't perish like everyone else, you know? You gotta have fun, you know. If you're not making a mess, you're not cooking. Now, an important step, once you pour it in, you want to give your pasta a good stir, change it around, never let it know your next move. Go up and down, or left and right, or back and forth. But you want to stir it nice it, and give it a good stir, make sure it's moving around on its own. That way the pasta will not stick together, it won't conglomerate into one uniform hive mind. Little thing I like to do while the pasta's cooking, just put your face over it right there. Gives you a nice, it's like you're at a spa. It's like just a facial, and it really opens. It just opens your pores up real nice, and you have a lot of fun with it. You just gotta have fun with it. Keep stirring that pasta. Keep stirring it. Never let it settle. Never let it get comfortable or happy. Now, after your pasta's been cooking for a few minutes, you want to check to see if it's done. So what you do, you take your fork, you stick it in, fish one out. You fish one out. There we go. Now, as you can see, it's very hot, so you just want to make sure it's cooled down a bit. Give it some time to cool down. It's very hot. You do not want to burn. See, still steaming. Don't want to burn yourself. All right, seems pretty cool now. Pretty done, but not quite done. Now, we've been cooking this for about 7 minutes now. A few more minutes, it will be done. Now, I like my pasta al dente, which is an Italian word for tough or undercooked or like a rock. But it's what us high society people like to eat because it has more flavor. Now, maybe if you're a lower class, maybe you want to cook it a little bit more so it doesn't hurt your feeble little poor teeth. You want to turn the heat off. Take your specially designed lid for lock it. Make sure it's locked into place, and we are good to go. Alright, and for our next ingredient, we want to add our sauce. Now, ladies, this part might be kind of hard. You might want to get your boyfriend or your husband or your father or your son. Hey, they all might be the same guy. Who knows? You want to... I'm like not fucking around. This is really fun. Oh, it'll just open up like that. It'll just open up. Now you can tell the difference between a cheap sauce and an expensive sauce. A cheap sauce is gonna be thick and a lot of real natural ingredients. Us expensive people can afford fancy scientific sounding ingredients like dextrose and xanthium gum, which gives it a nice watery texture. But you're not here for a science lesson. Just go ahead and add that into the pasta. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, and now once the jar is empty, it has served its purpose. It is time to go away forever. Yo, check me out with this shit. You might think it's time to stir up the pasta, but not quite. We want to go to our fancy overhead camera to season it. First, we're gonna take some more salt. The salt is just so great. Now, you see, everyone likes different amounts of salt. We're just gonna keep going until you found your rhythm. Salty. Now, what's salt without pepper? I'll tell you. Nothing, that is. Nothing, I tell you. Good amount of pepper in there. Oh, yeah. Now, for all you newbies, this might be a bit of an advanced step with garlic powder, but us advanced folks know that garlic powder adds a lot of flavor to the pasta. And for all you weaklings, you want to close your eyes. For the faint of heart, you're not going to want to watch this. Crushed red pepper, spicy pepper salt. Who could forget? That is we are seasoned, and we are ready to stir. And you want to get underneath, stir it around. Anyone can stir, unless you have no arms, of course. Woo. Now you just want to keep stirring that. Make sure everything's let all the flavors get to know each other. What can I say? Now, a good chef always tastes his food. Yes! Now, a serving of this size will feed about 6 to 8 people, or if you're really hungry, only one. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you can tune in next time. I'll show you how to make another delicious meal.